welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. Also, happy August. I cannot believe that we are already in the month of August. I swear this year is flying by so fast. I'm just trying to hold on to each month like, but wait, what did I accomplish? What happened to this month? Where did it go? So it's been an interesting ride this year, but I just cannot believe how quickly time is flying by. With that being said, it is also hard to believe that the release of Shadow Crown, which is my new young adult dark fantasy series, is about to be released in less than 2 months. That date is October 3rd, which is a Tuesday, in case you didn't know or don't have it marked down on your calendar. But it is so crazy to think that this book will be released in less than 2 months. Again, I don't know where the time goes, but I'm in the final proofreading stages of Shadow Crown. So the more and more I'm going through it and reading it and, you know, adjusting little things here and there, just the more excited I'm getting to share it with you guys. This is by far the book of my heart. I feel like this is the book that I was absolutely meant to write. I feel like my voice really shines through in this story, and I feel like I'm nervous to share it with everyone because it definitely is a little bit darker, seeing as it's dark fantasy. And I know in my videos I'm very bubbly and happy and positive, and that is how I am in real life. So it's not like I'm faking it or anything like that. But there are darker sides to people, or pain or struggles, challenges and obstacles we've had to overcome. I feel like everyone kind of has that, and I feel like this is really reflected in my writing in Shadow Crown, because I did write it sort of in a darker time, or I started writing it in a darker time. So I feel like it just really, that really shows, and I just cannot wait to share it with you guys. But enough of my rambling. Today's video is actually going to be a little different as well. It's going to be similar to my how I organize my writing days with a full-time job video, where instead of just talking at the camera for the whole video, there will be some clips here and there, and then there will be a voiceover. Just because I found that when I go to YouTube and I watch organizational videos, sometimes even cleaning videos, they do help me, you know, motivate me to actually go clean my house. I like seeing kind of the, I don't know, a clip and then the voiceover telling you like what they're doing or how they're doing something. I feel like it's just more visually appealing. And so I've really liked that style of video and wanted to kind of implement that into my own video schedule. So let me know if you guys like that style of video. If you don't, it's totally fine. But if you do, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below. It just really helped me out so I know what kind of style to do my videos in the future. So in case you don't follow me on social media like Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, then make sure you follow me, because that is where I talk about a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I give you guys updates that I don't always remember to post in my videos on YouTube. So last month was obviously July, and July was Camp NaNoWriMo, and I decided a week into it that I was going to participate. So I did have a goal to write 50,000 words of the second book in the Shadow Crown series. I did not meet that goal. However, I did write 13,000 words in 3 weeks. So I still consider that to be a huge accomplishment. I'm really proud of it, and I'm so happy that I'm well into, I have the first 100 pages of the actual book written, which is pretty neat. So that makes me really happy. But that's kind of where this video idea spurred from, I guess you could say, is that in July I was facing a lot of distractions while I was trying to write. And a lot of the times the distractions won, obviously, because I didn't meet my goal of 50,000 words. But I kind of came up with a system or some things that I do in order to avoid distractions while I'm writing. And this is a question I also get a lot, so I thought, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do a video on how to avoid distractions while writing, because I think in this day and age, it is very easy for us to get distracted. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. The first thing I do to avoid distractions while writing is to leave my phone in the bedroom, or to put it somewhere that is out of sight and away from my writing space. My biggest distraction is definitely my phone, so it's best for me to leave it somewhere where I cannot see it or touch it. The second thing I do is actually to leave my house and go somewhere that does not have Wi-Fi. Now, sometimes if I go far enough into my backyard, the Wi-Fi actually stops, so I can kind of move the chairs further into the backyard and then sit out there and not have Wi-Fi, and then my phone is in my bedroom, so I'm just completely disconnected, at least for the time being. Obviously in Texas right now, it is a little too hot to do that, but as the weather cools down and we get into fall and winter, I definitely like to take some time to go into the backyard, and that does help kind of remove the distractions because I don't have my phone and I don't have Wi-Fi. If you're not too keen on leaving your phone at home and going somewhere to write, then sometimes you can find a neighborhood spot or a park to write in, or possibly maybe there's a local library that's in your neighborhood. I know I have a local library and we have some parks too. So just finding a place where you can go where you'll be free of distractions. And I find a lot of the time that getting out of my house is a really good way to avoid distractions. The third thing I do to avoid distractions while writing is to download the Freedom app.
So essentially what the Freedom app does is it allows you to block certain apps on your phone for certain periods of time. So if you're someone who's constantly going on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat, then you can add a block on the Freedom app for a certain amount of time so that you cannot access these apps.
The fourth thing I make sure to do is to always do my research first and up front, and then I can fill in the blanks later.
I do the best that I can every single day to think about what scene or what chapter I'm going to write next and to make sure that my research is done before I actually sit down to write. I feel like when you start researching something in the middle of writing, then that's how you get really wrapped up into the research process and you end up getting distracted. Even though it is adding to your writing, it is a distraction and you're not physically getting the amount of writing done that you wanted to get done. So I always try to do my research first before I sit down to write.
The fifth thing I do is to use Lightroom for Mac or Darkroom if you have a PC.
Lightroom is essentially an alternative to Microsoft Word, and it has a full screen writing environment that gets your computer out of the way so that you can better focus on your work. The result is a subtle clearing of the mind, and it helps you write better.
The sixth thing I do is to remove visual clutter, and this works especially well if you are writing at home.
There have been quite a few studies done on how a clean workspace can help you be more productive. So try to get rid of any of that visual clutter and you will be less distracted when you're writing.
The seventh thing I do is to not edit while I'm writing.
Your edits can wait till later in the editing phase, but right now you just need to get the words on paper. Don't worry because the first draft is never great, but just get those words down on paper and you can worry about the sentence structure and the flow later on in the editing phase.
Number 8 is that I don't worry about formatting my text or pages as I'm writing. I just write. Number 9, I don't allow myself to stop writing until I reach the end of a scene or a chapter. And number 10, I take frequent short breaks.
Just because I can write a lot of words in one sitting doesn't necessarily mean that I want to. I've actually found that I write a lot better when I get up and take short, frequent breaks. So I either get up and stretch, or I'll go read a book for a little bit, or I will journal, and then I'll get back to writing.
So there you have it, 10 ways to help you avoid distractions while writing. If you like the content today, please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel. All 3 of my books in the Alpha Drive trilogy are available for purchase on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, as well as the Book Depository and Books A Million. And my newest book, Shadow Crown, which is a young adult dark fantasy series, will be releasing this year on Tuesday, October 3rd, and it is also available for pre-order on Amazon right now. You can also order autographed copies of my books for just a few dollars more than if you were to buy them on Amazon. To order signed copies of my books, go to my website at KristenMartinBooks.com and click on the Buy Books tab on the menu bar. If you're a big fan of audiobooks, make sure you check out my affiliate link with Audible in the description box below because you can get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial for their service. In case you didn't know, I do offer some writerly services such as first chapter critiques and 30-minute and 60-minute Skype consultations. And if you're a teacher, educator, or librarian and you're looking for an author to come speak at your school or host a workshop, then I just want you to know that I am offering school visits. For more information on all of the services I offer, as well as to book an appointment, go to my website at KristenMartinBooks.com and click on the Services Offered tab, as well as the School Visits tab. Next Monday, August 14th, there will be a price promotion for all 3 books in the Alpha Drive trilogy on Kindle. There will be more to come on that in next week's video, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled. In case you've been out of the loop, I did launch a 3-part webinar series with a 50-page workbook called Hustle Smarter, Not Harder, and is currently at a discounted rate, so make sure you go sign up at thatsmarthustle.com before that discounted rate goes away. And because this webinar series has received so much support, I will be donating a percentage of the proceeds to a charity in the very near future. I have a few charities in mind, but I haven't chosen one just yet. So if you do sign up or you already have, just know that it's going to a great cause and helping those in need. I recently started podcasting. You can find my podcast under That Smart Hustle on iTunes and SoundCloud. I think there are currently 7 or 8 episodes depending on when this video goes up and whether or not I got a podcast up the day before. So there are about 7 or 8 episodes for you to listen to and enjoy, so make sure you go check that out. The links will be in the description box below. Again, make sure you follow me on social media like Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat so that you don't miss out on behind the scenes footage, price promotions for my books, and much more. And if you have any questions or think of a topic for one of my next videos, please leave a comment down below. You can also ask a question or post a comment anonymously on my Ask Me Anything page on Tumblr. Again, everything you want to know is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to click that subscribe button on your way out. Don't forget I post new writing advice videos on Mondays and personal day in the life vlogs every other Thursday. I will see you guys next time. Bye.